morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi. Super happy Easter. My grandparents are over right now. I had to say hi to them. I know, right? It's been so long. Like, holy cow. Oh man, though, I gotta catch up in so many games. I wonder how the next event's gonna be inside of Arknights. And then heck, I missed Corpusant inside of Girls Frontline 2, but at least that event's gonna be added to that one little area in about a month or so, so it's not too bad that I missed out. I'm glad they started doing that. Makes life way easier. Ahahaha. Oh man, though. It's gonna be fun seeing how it's gonna be for Kjerag. Because this is a pretty big cast so far. Courier, Clipheart, Jero, Harold, Silverash, Matterhorn, Primonix, Aurora, Dagonbreaker, and a skin. That'll be fun. But you're starting off at the top, right? So, Courier. Beautiful Courier. So there's Courier. Basic info, codename Courier. Gender male. Combat experience 2 years. Place of birth Kjerag. Date of birth March 5th. Also last month was his birthday. Race Itra. Height 177 centimeters. Infection status, medical tests have confirmed that no infection is present. Physical exam, physical strength standard. Mobility excellent. Physical resilience excellent. Tactical acumen standard. Combat skill excellent. Originium art assimilation normal. Profile. Courier is an employee of the Carlin Trade Co. Ltd. and was born in Kjerag. He is part of the cooperation agreement between the Carlin Trade Co. and Rhodes Island, by which he helps carry out missions for the latter. Clinical analysis. Imaging tests reveal clear normal outlines of internal organs, and no abnormal shadows have been detected. Originium granules have not been detected in the circulatory system, and there is no sign of infection. At this time, this operator is believed to be non-infected. Cell originium fusion rate, 0%. Operator shows no signs of infection at this time. Blood crystal density, 0.12. This operator has rarely come into contact with originium. Archive File 1. Courier's keen sense of the terrain and environment is entirely from years of experience. In fact, when he was a child, he was not only unfamiliar with the roads, but he would even get lost. The way he tells it, he once got snowbound and went out to play and almost didn't make it back home alive. Fortunately, Silverash was hunting nearby and found him, thus returning him to safety. Because of this, no matter who might try to convince or threaten him to turn his back on Silverash, Courier will forever be the man's most faithful supporter. Oh, no wonder why he likes Silverash so much. That makes sense. He got lost and almost died. Like, thank you, Silverash. Archive File 2. As a race living in the cold regions of the plateau, the Itra have extraordinary resilience and endurance. Courier is no exception. Still, he likes to keep a low profile. He does everything with skill and with ease, and never lets anyone see the limits of his abilities. Even Silverash is unaware of just what this Itra is capable of. Archive File 3. People enjoy having their letters delivered by Courier, not only thanks to his attractive face and sunny disposition, but also because the letters he delivers have a faint fragrance about them. So he's pretty, he has a good disposition, and he smells good. Whoever wrote this archive file really likes Courier, huh? Oh, that is so funny. Like, gosh darn it. And yeah, it seems like a good time to catch up to Arknights, and then also GFL too. Like, sheesh though. When the topic comes up, Courier will immediately change the subject. If pressed on it, he will hem and haw, and his face will blush, a sight of Courier very rarely seen. Archive File 4. Courier rarely loses his signature faint smile, though it should be noted that he has another side, a calm, tranquil, and peaceful side characteristic of one from the Snowlands. Only his enemies and his most trusted friends get the chance to see that side of him. If he loses his smile while talking to you, they can only mean one thing. He regards you as a dear friend. Promotion record. Most of the scars on Courier's body came from the people of Kjerag rather than beasts. After all, as an important man, Silver Ash has many enemies that want him dead. Courier always confronts these people in the dark. As for the fights with these rebels, only Courier's scars tell the tale. Courier himself says, nary a word. Silver Ash's shadow. Protecting one's liege is not the only way for Courier to show loyalty. Sunlight dances off the snow-capped mountains, rendering them immaculately radiant. The howling wind carries the tolling of bells and the echoes of chanting voices, weaving through the peaks and narrating countless ancient tales. Here, time seems to have stopped, as if everything has remained unchanged since the dawn of existence. Judging from the depths of the footprints, the snow here is deeper than expected. No doubt from the previous localized snowfall. Given the steep slopes, if the snow keeps accumulating, I believe the experts say that Sir Enciotis hired said there could be heavy snowfall in the next few days. Time stop, pause. If it happens... What is it, sir? Take a team and measure the depth of the snow, then get an expert to look at the slope gradient and assess the risk of avalanche. Yes, sir. Then I'll report to Sir Enciotis once the message has been passed on. Weiss cannot help but frown at the scene before him. The soldiers wearing the finest armor and wielding the best weapons have lost all will to fight. Most lie moaning on the ground. Only a few still have the strength to glare at the tall, blonde woman who put them in this miserable state. Weiss raises an eyebrow slightly at the sight of the old man beside the woman.
I presume you are not willing to grace us with your presence?
I'm just here to whip these weaklings into shape. There is no need for banquets.
I simply wish to express my appreciation for your training of Clan Silver Ash's warriors.
No need. I'm not training them for Clan Silver Ash. And they won't be serving you.
You...
Madam Dagonbreaker. Sir Enciotis has a message for you. And he has a meeting, and your presence is required. Where is he? Waiting for you at home. Very well. That's enough for today. Dismissed.
I've heard that she was a stubborn one. Today I got to see for myself.
You should not have come, Mr. Edwin.
Have to hear with my own ears to give up. Just as well, I want to talk to you too, Weiss. A moment?
Certainly. What you want, old noble? Ooh, we finished chapter 16. Ooh, it's peak. An Ursus event, our very first Ursus event. And it's directly after chapter 16. Ooh. What is it, Mr. Edwin?
I'll cut straight to the chase. What do you think about Dagonbreaker, Weiss?
She's very strong. Sir Enciotis is much safer with her around.
You're a smart kid, Weiss. You know that isn't what I'm asking.
You want to know what I think of her presence?
She has taken your place ever since Sir Enciotis brought her back. Do you truly not think anything of it?
Are you asking him if he's jealous? Mr. Old Noble, really? What I think is not important. What's important is that Sir Enciotis' work is progressing. You sound like you don't like her.
I've heard her reputation. A 3-time champion somewhere. And it's every bit well-deserved from what I saw today. But to spend so much money on one person, putting her in such an important position. If I may be blunt, Enciotis was short-sighted with this decision.
Pray be careful about your words, Mr. Edwin.
Ever his steadfast defender. I watched him grow up. He has to call me Mr., same as you. Do you think the others don't think the same way? They're just too afraid to speak their mind. I'm sure it has occurred to you that Cernciotis did this in order to gain a foothold in Victorian high society. Then why not leave for Victoria? Did he forget he already has a bodyguard in Kjerag? And what would this bodyguard think when he saw her? As I've said, what I think is not important. Perhaps that's your outlook. You're a humble boy after all. But what of the others? How much ground did the pale rokes and browntails take from us in the years that he was abroad? How many went over to their sides? Who fought tooth and nail to earn that what Silverash has now? Master Chester, Matterhorn, you, and old-timers like us. Even if you don't think that way, how many would be envious, unhappy? This isn't about Dagenbreaker. I've seen my share of proud and capable youngsters. One or two of her won't do any harm. But those young people he brought back from Victoria will strip our flesh from our bones. Cernciotis doesn't play favorites. Of course, he hasn't neglected us. But is that enough? Why are those fledglings considered our equals and even given better treatment?
Well, because they probably deserve it, Mr. Old Noble.
Why should we step aside for them, after all that we've given for the clan? Perhaps Cernciotis sees their value. What value? Like my second son, who believes the future of Kjerag is in his hands just because he learned a few tricks. Does Cernciotis really believe these arrogant fools can contribute to Kjerag's future?
You sound arrogant too, dude.
Why are you so certain that I'm on your side, Mr. Edwin? I watched you and Matterhorn give everything for the clan in the years that Cernciotis was away. Never mind my old friends, I would say this for you two kids. What does it matter if you go and tell him? I would say the same to his face if he was standing in front of me today.
Would you really? I want to see you tell him like that. I want to see you tell him straight to his face.
But young people never listen. You want to make an example of Madame Dagenbreaker? Cernciotis and the young people around him need to realize that no foreigner can be the master of Kjerag. The easiest way to deal with a flock of unruly foul beasts is to make an example of the one that flies the highest. One moment. We finished the survey, sir. What did the experts say? Sir, Cernciotis trusts him. You can speak frankly. Yes, sir. The expert says that your assessment is correct and that the slopes over there are dangerous. Any further snowfall could potentially cause an avalanche. I wish I was wrong. We were fortunate to find out now. It would have been too late if not for your experience. Perhaps. We should report it to Cernciotis, shouldn't we? I'll do it. Continue to keep an eye on things. Yes, sir. What's in your mind, Vice? I understand where you're coming from, Mr. Edwin. Your concern for the future of Clan Silverash is most touching. How do you understand? I have an idea. You heard the report. An avalanche is likely to occur in the near future. I will ask Cernciotis to have Madame Dagenbreaker organize a training near where the avalanche is expected to occur. When it does, we will request assistance. Who knows what will happen in the chaos? A fine plan. I would have thought it premeditated if I had not heard you talking to your men. Wait, no, understand. You've been thinking about this for a while, haven't you?
This ain't gonna turn out how you're thinking it's gonna turn out, Mr. Old Noble.
Yes, the others don't know you, but I do. You're a proud boy deep down.
Yeah, sure, you know him so well, right?
You won't just let someone take your place. Yes, I've been waiting for someone loyal to Silverash like yourself.
The old man did not notice the emphasis on that Vice placed on Silverash. Time to troll the old man.
Sir, as I was delivering the message, I discovered that an avalanche is likely to occur around Moonfang Peak. How sure are you? Based on my recent meteorological and geographical studies, 90% sure. Expert analysis has confirmed the observation. This is an opportunity. Yes. Do as you see fit. Yes, sir. I said you didn't need to call me sir. Old habits die hard. I may need to borrow Madame Dagenbreaker. Not a problem. You have to convince yourself, though. Ha, I'll try. Oh, I ran into Mr. Edwin today. Oh, I've heard he's been active. What did he say? He seems to be in good spirits and sends you his regards. Good.
Yo, Dagon Breaker, you wanna teach this old man a lesson?
What is advice? Coming out here was quite the trip for my old bones. There is something I wish to discuss. What is it? Have you made arrangements regarding Dagon Breaker? Of course, no need to worry. Good. Say, why are there so few people in the village? Simple. My men went door to door to persuade the villagers to evacuate. The stubborn conservatives are the only ones left. Conservatives? Evacuate? It would have taken more effort if you were better informed. Makes my preparation seem pointless when you just show up like this. You set me up? Not quite. Didn't you hear there was going to be an avalanche? This is a place that's expected to happen. What did you just say? Are you out of your mind, Vice? I expected you to tell Ensiotis, but I didn't expect this. I'm not sure what you mean. You lured me here and won't let me leave. What do you think I mean? You thought I brought you to Kjeragander's turnover to eliminate you? What else? You cold-hearted, ungrateful bastard! Yes, that's what the people of Kjerag would have thought in the past. But I'll be frank with you, Mr. Edwin. There are easier ways to kill you if that's what I intended. But... Progress report. All the buildings near the mountains have been demolished. We have plenty of space to set up a line of defense. As expected, however, we are meeting resistance from some of the residents who refuse to leave. The evacuation? Most of the residents are listening to us and are evacuating. The more stubborn ones refuse to believe us, though. Leave it to me. Where are you going, sir? Requesting Madame Dagonbreaker's assistance.
The old noble frantically tries to escape the room, no longer paying attention to what Vice is saying. However, Vice seizes him by the shoulders and pushes his bloated frame toward the warrior.
Take good care, Mr. Edwin, while I'm gone. Yes, sir. Don't worry, Mr. Edwin. You'll live, at least for today.
Just giving him a front row seat to all the drama.
I need your help with something, Madame Dagonbreaker. You're out of breath. Something serious? We believe an avalanche is about to occur near Moonfang Peak, and we need your help. Do you really need my help? Of course. My team has set up defenses, but I need you and your team to help protect the residents who insist on staying. If I recall correctly, Ensiotis has given you and your team quite the power. You seem too smart to leave such a large gap that would need me to cover. We're short-handed after all. I'm curious, why go to such lengths for me?
Hello, hello. So far, so good.
When I was little, I would sometimes run off into the mountains after a fight with Matterhorn. But I always went back home for dinner, my tail between my legs when I got hungry. This is when I learned. No matter what we do out there during the day, we always return to the same place and eat the same table at night.
Hello, hello.
And it would be too awkward to be on bad terms with someone else at the table. You heard the man. Get ready to move. Ma'am, yes ma'am. Like master, like servant. You're just like Ensiotis. I'll take that as a compliment. You just reminded me though. Speaking of avalanche. Say, isn't Madam a little too distant when we're eating at the same table? Change it. Well, I'll leave it to you, Dagonbreaker.
Dagonbreaker does not turn around, but neither does she complain.
Ha. Time to deal with the other problem. I'm back. What did Madame Dagonbreaker say? She will help. Good to hear. The people's opinion of her will change if they see her help them out. It's not that she wouldn't, she just needed a chance. What of Mr. Edwin? Much calmer. He asked for a cup of tea. That's the Mr. Edwin I know. I told you I would say the same to Sir Ensiotis' face. How is a fool to be deceived by your facade and to believe you could be won over? You've got me. Now do as you will. I went through all this trouble because I know what kind of person you are. If you'd been anything else, you would have died that day in the mountains. Humph. Now I'm curious why you planned all this. You were setting the stage for Dagonbreaker from the beginning. She'll get there eventually. I'm just helping speed things up. Why go to such lengths for her? You thought I would dislike Breaker because you thought I was like you. A decade ago, perhaps I agree, but I let those feelings go a long time ago. There are many ways I can serve Otis. Being his bodyguard is not the only way. And I'm sure he would be disappointed in me if I agreed with you. Not loathing Breaker is one thing. Why would you help her? Would she even appreciate it? At first, I only trusted the judgment of Otis, who brought her here, and I admit she was not easy to get along with. But when you understand that her aloofness is not hostility, only detachment, even confusion, then you realize there's no reason to fear her. You've never seen her standing in the woods, patiently listening to a herder's small talk despite her apparent indifference. If you had, you would want more people to understand and accept her as I do. It would be a good thing for Kjerag, for herself, and for Otis if she is accepted by Kjerag. As for whether she appreciates my help, that doesn't matter. Does Otis know what you're doing? Otis has to take radical measures to achieve his vision. Opposition to his methods is expected, but he only has so much time and energy, and he cannot deal with all of it on his own. I'm simply helping to share the burden with where I can. Whether he knows it or not is equally unimportant. Follow me, Mr. Edwin. You will soon learn that Otis's vision has long been much more than just the Silver Ash clan.
The old noble suddenly thinks that the avalanche does not matter anymore, because he sees a vast open expanse where houses once stood. A dozen or so massive trucks laden with heavy machinery are parked across the field. The robotic arms of the machinery transform and interlock, coming together to form a wall of steel.
There's a bit of a story behind this. I've become quite familiar with the mountains and the snow of Kjerag after years of delivering Otis's letters. When he returned to Kjerag, he authorized me to form an avalanche warning team. We were able to accurately predict this avalanche with the help of the experts who came back to Kjerag with them. We can't stop a big avalanche, but we can trigger it before it builds up beyond our capabilities. That way, we nip large-scale avalanches in the bud and prevent them from happening. You're too humble, sir. Initially, we thought the best we could do was issue avalanche warnings ahead of time, since we didn't have the people or resources to stop them. Your plan completely changed things. I just came up with the idea. It's the experts who cracked the complicated math. Preventing large avalanches? Yes, you're looking at our line of defense. It will grow even stronger in the future. When that day comes, anyone can stand where you stand right now and watch Kjeraganders turn over. But for now, you're the first to be in the best seat.
Front row seats.
Watch as it begins.
It begins with a small chunk of snow slipping and falling. As though it were a cue, the low rumble reverberates through the valley. In an instant, the trickle of snow transforms into a roaring torrent, uprooting trees and sweeping away boulders. The avalanche hurtles down the mountainside with terrifying speed, as if the entire mountain is spilling forth. Everywhere it passes, it paints an awe-inspiring yet dreadfully horrifying picture. It was once the stuff of nightmares to the people of Kjerag, one that they could not flee fast enough from. This time, however, a group of brave men and women stand firm at the mountain's foot, looking up with confidence. With the wall of steel that they have built, they vow to challenge a snowy authority that has gone uncontested since time immemorial. The tidal wave of ice and snow crashes against the line of defense formed by the trucks. Despite being thousands of times heavier than man, the massive trucks seem insignificant before the power of nature and are pushed back. Some are even toppled. But the wisdom of man prevails. Gradually, the force pushing against the line of steel diminishes. The defense line buckles, but it does not break, slowly coming to a stop a dozen meters before Vice and the old man. The avalanches triggered by human hands has been stopped.
When the new railroad is finished, it will carry this line of defense to every corner of Kjerag, ready to respond at a moment's notice. Long as Kjeraganders turn over been a terror of Kjerag, many are the lives and homes it has taken. But in the near future, the people of Kjerag will sit where you are now, watching your defense lines stop avalanches just as it did today. Could you ever imagine something like this? No, you couldn't. Neither could I. But it's happening before our eyes.
The old man's scarf has flown away in the wind. His hair and beard are caked with snow. Otherwise, he's completely unharmed. Vice continues to grab his shoulders with an iron hand, not giving him the slightest chance to escape. But if he paid attention, the old man would notice with a side glance that Vice's attention is not on him at all. His eyes are fixed on a line of steel that he has organized. His tightened grip on the old noble's shoulders is simply out of sheer excitement.
Daybreaker? Shouldn't you be assisting with the evacuation? Why are you coming down from the avalanche? Wait, what's on your back? I heard there was a couple who weren't able to get out on time. I went to look for them. They're alive. Get them to a doctor now. Yes, sir, and ma'am.
She's a good girl.
Thank you so much, Daybreaker.
Yeah, in terms of bodyguard, Dagenbreaker is EX. Ooh. Oh, that would be a tough choice between Margaret and Dagenbreaker. Like, do you want more of a shield or a sword kind of thing?
So that's an avalanche. Interesting. I'll be going. Feel free to call me whenever there's another one. Will do. She charged into that avalanche on her own? Honestly, I didn't expect it either. But I hope you understand now. The foreigners are given better treatment because they have what Kjerag doesn't, what Kjerag can't even imagine. Think about it, Mr. Edwin. Would you or those behind you rather get swept away by the tide? Or would you rather ride it and watch as we conquer what once seemed insurmountable? Is it too late to get on board? It's never too late. Siriciotis welcomes everyone who is willing to build a new Kjerag together.
A moment of silence, and then the old man nods, if only reluctantly.
I suppose I've grown old. Not that old. Kjerag still needs you. I'll think about it, and I'll talk to them. We're counting on it.
Vice smiles. The old man has seen Vice smile many times. He knows that, more often than not, it is simply a form of self-defense. But this time, it is sincere. Sunlight dances on his face, and his smile is radiant. That's nice. Okay, you have the trust. You just gotta get elite to level 60. Let me see what he's at. Okay, level 60. Let me get him to level 60 for you. Confirm. Level 60.
Wow.
Yeah, he's trying to scam and not scam at the same time. Like, he's telling the truth. He's a good boy. And there. Run like the wind. O most nimble eater in the mountains, are you prepared to descend into the vast unknown? What animal is the eater based on? Courier has a thick stack of paper in his hands as he stands by the shredder. The first page says Kjerag Logistics System Proposal. He wears a heavy, hesitant expression on his face, but eventually extends the proposal toward the shredder. Sup, Bison?
Wait. Mr. Bison. Why are you destroying the proposal? Because it failed. I'm your logistics lecturer. You're not the one who decides what's failed. Besides, you didn't have that look on your face when you first told me you were drafting a proposal for Kjerag's logistics system. May I have a look? Yes, sir. Pretty comprehensive. You've covered all the bases from manpower to cost to transportation method to storage. It's a solid proposal. There's only one problem left to solve. The engineering issue in Terra Nullius. Right. A Terra Nullius exists between the zone of actual Kjerag control and our neighboring countries.
Each just means within it? Or within, it seems?
A full-fledged logistics system requires a more developed transportation infrastructure, but neighboring countries will not simply sit and watch as Kjerag develops Terra Nullius. I could not find a way to solve this problem, so I decided to give up. If I recall correctly, I've discussed solutions to similar issues. One way is to invest in an international logistics company. In that case, there's no need to write a proposal at all. Just leave it to a developed international logistics firm, like Mountain Dash Logistics. We discussed this too. In order to effectively operate in Kjerag, Mountain Dash would need someone reliable to manage local operations. Someone like you. But you refused. Do you regret that choice? Well, no. Another way is to leave Kjerag and establish my own logistics firm. As clear as such a firm's Kjerag links would be, it would face a lot less opposition as long as it does not belong to Kjerag officially. I'm clear on that much, but you're not willing to accept it, just like you turned down my offer. Because either way means leaving Carlin Trade, perhaps even leaving Kjerag. It's the thought of leaving Kjerag that you really want to banish, isn't it? I realized that everything in this proposal was written with the assumption that I would manage it personally. The proposal was custom-made for myself. Implementing it means I'm the one who would need to leave Kjerag. I was too arrogant. So you're just giving up on the proposal? I'll write a new one for the master, so that he may find the right man. So you're just giving up on the opportunity? I know how much Kjerag means to you, but this is a chance for you to show your value, isn't it? If you're not interested, why did you choose to study at Rhodes Island? Thank you for the kind words, but my mind is made up.
Courier snatches a proposal from Bison before he can react. Before he can put the proposal in the shredder, however, he hears a crowing from behind him. The file beast is even faster than he and whisks the proposal away in its beak. The familiar is with his file beast. Tenzin.
Master. Your thoughts seem to be heading down a dangerous path lately. I'm sorry, Master, but I'm also curious. Let's have you implement the proposal vice. Mapping, route planning, negotiating with the villagers, deploying personnel. Once you actually put things in place, you may find that they don't require your presence as much as you assumed they would. Yes, Master.
I know, right? Bison sure has grown as a businessman.
Wait, I'll go with you. But...
Oh yeah, are you gonna try to summon the Rash Altar?
You have an avalanche warning team, don't you? Just treat me as one of them. Let me see up close whether you really can do what you think you can. Yes, Master.
Like, I'll try.
Are you sure about this, Mr. Silver Ash? I am. It's high time Vice took a good look at himself.
Hopefully he'll be kind.
Huff, huff. Here, take my hand, Master. No need. What are the others? They're ready at the summit. This trail may be a little difficult for you, sir. You're just trying to get rid of me, aren't you, Vice? Of course not. But one who spends his time in an office doing paperwork is bound to be less active than those of us who spend most of our time outdoors, no? Heh. We can take a break here. The team in the summit can wait a while. They'll understand. Let's go. We can't delay the surveying on my account. As you wish. You're right, it has been a long time since I last climbed a hill. You used to be very good at it. I took after my mother. Not so much these days.
Silver Ash got out of shape. It's okay, sir. You just gotta take more hikes. It'll be fine. Yes, dear comrade, might be the best time to show that. Let us summon you first thing, sir.
You are still very much like her. You've just learned to hide it better. By the way, I never told you this, but the day I took you in, I was only out there because my sisters made me go hunting with them. I knew. Did you? Your sisters are not as tight-lipped as you are. By chance, they had you join them on a hunting trip in the mountains that day. By chance, you got separated from them. By chance, you ran into me. It was snowing heavily that day. You were lost too, weren't you? You put on a brave face, told me to come with you, and took me to the Silver Ash Manor. When my grandparents came and begged the old man to take me on as a servant after I lost my parents at a young age, it was you who persuaded him, saying that you wanted a male companion around your own age. And so I became part of the clan Silver Ash. Perhaps. Are your grandparents well? Thanks to you, my grandfather is quite the man in Turicum Senior Center, and my grandmother has opened a little shop of her own. They're rather enjoying their lives.
Oh, that's sweet. I'm glad that there's a happy ending for the grandparents. Aww. I feel like it was probably the little sis, if anything. Like, how old was, like, Praminix when she went to the mountains?
Good. To me, Matterhorn is a guardian, one who's always served my family. I almost take him for granted. You're different. You, I took under my own wing, at least. That's what I thought at the time. Besides, you were quick and nimble. For a while, I had you carry my messages to others, and their messages back to me. In truth, I was just trying to show you off. There's no need to feel guilty about it. It gave my life meaning. After all, I was a wild child who popped suddenly into the family. My presence was unwelcome to many. How can you be sure I did not use your name for my own designs in the process? If you did, you hit it well. Heh, how very you. Besides, at first, I did not enjoy running around the hills and mountains. With time, however, as I walked the forest and the mountain trails, as I climbed the snowy peaks, as I breathed the air atop the peaks, and watched the spectacle of the mountains in the distance against the blue sky, I felt happy. I began to enjoy it. Captain, Mast, Silver Ash, you're here. Report. We have good news and bad news. Start with the good news. This is the last location we're scheduled to visit on the survey trip. We've successfully plotted the Terra Nullius between Kjerag and our neighboring countries. We've also located all the independent villages in Terra Nullius. The experts have already plotted the most efficient and cost-effective route for transportation, assuming that the villages could be persuaded to act as hubs and depots. And the bad news? The bad news is, although the plans for the route are essentially in place, the costs as well as the time required are largely within acceptable boundaries. Not all villages have accepted our proposal. That's also to be expected. Which ones are they? Take a look. These few villages, especially this one, they're not friendly to outsiders. The village headman, at least, seems reasonable, but opposition from the others puts him in an awkward position. Wait, this village? Pack it up. Abandoning the plan? No. I'm going back to Tirkum. The key to persuading those villagers lies there.
Ooh. Ooh, I wonder how shiny it's gonna be inside of Ursus. The great Ursus. Oh man. Right now I'm just expecting a bunch of stubborn nobles. Ugh. But maybe it won't be too bad. Ha ha ha.
Just to make sure I understand this correctly, Mr. Vice, you need to persuade these villagers. The villagers in order to establish a logistics route. That's why you want me to write a letter to my father. The villagers hold your father in high esteem after all. Of course, we're not going to force you if you're not willing. I've already told you the potential risks and the benefits. Of course I'm willing. If not for your recommendation, I would never have come to Kjerag, and I wouldn't have found this job. Besides, it would be a dream come true if you really managed to establish such a route around Kjerag. I'll get to it once.
Oh, he's happy. He's excited.
Wait. Yes? It's been a while since you've been home, hasn't it? If there's anything you want to send back to your family, I'll deliver it for you. I couldn't trouble you with that. It's no trouble. These villages on the frontier rarely get supplies from Kjerag. Besides, it would improve the chances of swaying your father. If you put it that way, I guess it would be rude to refuse. You know the staff at Tirkum Station well. It's the main hub for all mail and cargo that goes through Kjerag. I like it. Is that why you chose to study logistics in Rhodes Island? Yes. I enjoy running through the mountains. I enjoy seeing the expressions on faces when messages, letters, and packages are delivered. Be it your face or any others. Be it expressions of joy, pain, or sorrow. Maybe it all began with a childhood whim of yours. But I began to enjoy the feeling of linking people together. Besides, at first I didn't understand why you wouldn't give me and Matterhorn specific duties at Carlin Trade. With time, however, I began to understand. You wanted to decide our own futures. I never thought of myself as your master. That's why I never thought about determining your fates for you. But you never tell people what you think.
I know, right? You enjoy the pain and sorrow too. So you do you, pal.
But you never tell people what you think. On this trip, I kept pondering why you wanted to tag along. It didn't seem like something worth your time and effort, whether you meant to urge me to stay or urge me to go. Now I'm beginning to understand. Tell me more. Now's not the time, not yet. Perhaps you've forgotten. But we've been to this village that we're about to visit before, more than a decade ago. Yes? Here's the letter, Mr. Vice. And this is the stuff to send to my folks. It might be a little too much if you don't think it works. It's fine. Give them to this man here, or this man there. Wait, isn't that Sir Siotis? No, he's a member of the Kjerag expedition, of which I'm the captain. I see. I remember it now. I'll take it. Here you go, sir.
How heavy was that package?
Ugh, it's heavy.
Silver Ash, you gotta exercise more, my dude. You suffered on your mountain hike, and now you're suffering carrying the package. He needs to go work out for a bit.
Who are you? Have you forgotten me, Sage Edwards? I'm Vice, captain of the Kjerag expedition. This one here is Matterhorn, a warrior under my charge. Ah yes, I remember you. Come and greet the sage, Matterhorn.
Yes, Matterhorn.
It's been a while, sir. Very good, very good. At first I thought you were hillmen coming from who knows where. Little could I imagine that you were heralds of Kjerag. How was that son of mine, Chris, doing in Kjerag? We came to deliver Chris's letter, sir, along with the gifts he prepared for his family. So many things? My goodness, he shouldn't have. Phew. Good work, Master. Thanks. Chris is doing very well in Kjerag. He's in line for promotion to manager soon. Please, go ahead and read the letter. It also explains why we're here. I see. I know what you're here for. Let's go inside. Maybe count on you to convince the villagers then. It's no small business. There'll be a lot to discuss. But don't worry, with Chris's letter and your guarantee, I'm sure they'll come around. Please feel free to let me know if our presence is warranted. Very good, very good. Do you remember it now, Master? Hard not to after carrying so much all this way. I wanted you to feel for yourself the importance of logistics. Besides, I helped you carry half of it. That day, I wanted to see what the outside was like after my lessons, so I hopped on one of the downhill transport carts and dragged you along with me. I was scared out of my wits. It was actually Matterhorn whom I wanted to bring first, but thinking again, I was sure he would try to stop me, so I turned to you. What made you so sure I wouldn't try to stop you? You never stopped anyone from doing anything stupid, even me. Besides, you wanted to see the outside too, didn't you? I told you to turn back when we descended the mountain and saw nothing but a barren plain. You just wouldn't listen. We were getting chewed out by Mother regardless. We might as well take a few more steps forward. Maybe there would be a surprise lying in wait for us. We would have starved to death if I didn't steal some food from the kitchen before we left. I was cursing you under my breath all the way. I thought you were grateful to me for saving your life. No one wants to starve in the wilderness. Sure enough, I certainly don't. That's why I began to regret it when we ran out of food. Fortunately, we found this village. Old Edwards was sweeping snow from his door. His hair wasn't white yet. Do you remember how he almost chased us away because he thought we were hillmen? I do. You whipped up the name of some expedition out of nowhere and said you were the captain. Somehow he believed you, invited us to his home, and treated us to warm sissy milk. What were you thinking at the time? The old master told me that there were people with ill intent towards Clan Silverash. I thought it was inadvisable to say the name of the family. It's always a leader who has a target on his back, which is why I said I was a captain. I thought it was a genius idea at the time. Now it seems so childish. It's alright. I thought it was a genius idea at the time too. Otherwise, I wouldn't have claimed to be the bravest warrior under your banner.
I like that. Oh man. Courier falls silent for some reason. He turns to look in the direction of Kjerag.
When we got back, Madam punished us by making us eat outside. That was the harshest punishment Mother ever gave me. I still remember the tears in her eyes. If you want to be out in the ice and snow so much, you might as well eat in it. That was it. It was Lady Enya who delivered our meals the first day, then Lady Encia the second day. On day 3, the old master came out to eat with us together. In the end, Madam let us back in. Mother always treated you as her son, and I treat you as my brother. I know. And I know why you've come along. Why? You wanted to tell me that you'll never forget the ties that bind me and the silver ashes. And you wanted to hear the answer from my heart directly. What's your answer? My answer is, the proposal was not the product of my arrogance. It's something that only I can do. Therefore, I request a leave of absence from Kjerag, Master.
Their bond is sweet. Hello, and yes, back to the Arknights grind. For a bit, at least. I don't want to jinx anything by saying this, but apparently there's supposed to be a storm that's coming on Wednesday. It's supposed to be Wednesday to Saturday. I'm like low-key worried. The last storm was brutal as heck. So it should be fine, right? Nothing bad will happen. I'm just gonna knock on wood just in case. Yeah, nothing will happen. Ha ha ha. The company registration office is just ahead. Courier clutches the documents in his hand tightly and gulps. You're the storm that's approaching.
You look just like I did when I was brooding over whether to knock on the door of House Castor. Were you afraid at the time? Afraid? I was excited. Excited for the surprises that might lie behind the door. I've done many bold things, and I believe there are many ways in which I can serve you. Believing Kjerag was the one thing that I never thought I would do. Why? I used to believe it was out of loyalty. People say I'm lucky to have a loyal lieutenants like Vice and Matterhorn. They don't realize I have no interest in blind loyalty, and it's not your loyalty that makes me trust you. We happen to be of similar minds, and I happen to not have strayed from the path yet. That's all there is to it, isn't it? Perhaps. The Vice I know isn't just a kind and gentle soul. He watches everything and keeps it to himself. People believe he doesn't think for himself. Little do they know that he's long found the answer. Do you know my answer? All I know is that we're of similar minds on the matter. You and I both know that I'm the only man for the job. I just wasn't sure if I'm ready to take a step. You went to all the effort coming on this trip with me, just to tell me. You know, and you remember. You came to see me off, didn't you? I was waiting for the most nimble each from the mountains to muster the courage to descend into the vast unknown. You will lose your most loyal lieutenant. I will gain a new friend, an interesting ally, a worthy competitor. Master, I expect this is the last time I'll call you that. I'll leave your side and leave Clan Silverash. I'll establish my own logistics company. It will not be registered in Kjerag. It will focus on the development of routes and the terra nullius surrounding Kjerag, in conjunction with Mountain Dash Logistics. Its operations will not be limited to logistics. It will participate in the development of villages in terra nullius and improve the state of transportation around Kjerag.
Dang, Courier. Like, good for Courier. Oh yeah, definitely can do for Monday for Arknights.
Perhaps it will even build a new nomadic city on the outskirts of Kjerag. Will it be Colin Treat's ally or enemy? I can only promise that it will remain a friend to Kjerag. It was you who taught me that there is no such thing as an absolute ally or enemy in the realm of business. You think you can persuade Bison to work with you? Between a worthwhile partner and a subordinate whose loyalty is uncertain, he knows which choice to make. My name won't carry much weight outside Kjerag. The things I've learned over the years by your side and from Rhodes Island will last me a while. I'm never going to hear the end of it from Encia about how I keep driving people away. You deserve it, of course. Silverash Manor is still my home, and I could hardly be faulted for coming home once in a while. What should we call this new company, this new friend of Kjerag? I think courier logistics would do nicely.
Congratulations, courier. That's so funny though. Encia being like, you always keep on pushing people away. Look at them all leaving you, Silver Ash. Stinky brother. Like, that's a funny thought. Like, oh my goodness. I do wonder how she would have reacted. And now for the thingy. Okay, there's one. This one is base or low temperature resistant communication equipment. Interesting. If you love something, let it go. Vice brushes the snow off his body and enters. If it weren't for the bandages and bruises, you would never suspect from his unrelenting faint smile that he'd just gone through bitter hell. It was an attempt on Enciotis' life. Comms were cut off before Vice could state the precise location, leaving Enciotis' guards no choice but to provisionally surround him. Shields and blades firm in hand, they noted, out of the corners of their eyes, the Cabernet woman standing by their master's side. They're all sure that with his Cabernet bodyguard by his side, no attempt would ever succeed. They just needed to coordinate with each other and settle this chaos while keeping casualties to a minimum. Not to mention, Vice managed to get the most critical part of the message out, so now all they had to do was wait patiently for the enemy to serve themselves up. But they didn't get to await the enemy. In fact, when they caught sight of the traps in the mountains that had taken down a dozen or so of said enemy, the guards, shields and blades and all, were momentarily shocked. Just a few branches hidden in the snow, plus flint blades fashioned out of rocks struck together, formed traps no one would ever notice, and yet which sunk circle after circle of blood into the white snow, a faintly sanguine pink, even leaching into the tundra some meters out. Sheesh. You hope Enya little sis gets a drip upgrade? Oh, that'd be great. She deserves it. She's gonna be last because she's little sis. And strewn all along the tundra were the enemy's now frozen severed limbs, as well as blood and pulped flesh hacked free from Vice himself, forming mound upon mound in the snowfall. Sunk into the dismembered parts were wounds fierce, firm, and even visibly wrathful, while the cuts on Vice, the bared bone, made every guard wince. Eee! Ichira did not reign supreme in sturdiness, and though Vice's abilities excel, he's only human, only a single member of Enciotis' guards, one who spends a considerable amount of time merely couriering Kjerag's letters on boot. People are fond of the faint scent on the letters he handles, and of his cheery face, and they admire his loyalty to Enciotis. But no one would have imagined that he had decided to him too. Why? Nobody had asked Vice to go so far. Being all on his own, simply passing on the word would have sufficed. He could have found somewhere to hide and mustered enough defense to cope with the spate of traitors. Enciotis looks over Vice, but makes no move to ask him anything. Vice sorts out the letters and documents on the table and deferentially excuses himself. Before the door closes, Enciotis hears a cut-off remark vanish into the wind. Live up to duty. He is so loyal. Such a good boy. Best comrade, best brother. Thank you, courier. Yeah, that is intense. Sheesh. Next little sis, Cliffheart. Basic info, codename Cliffheart, gender female, combat experience half a year, place of birth Kjerag, date of birth November 28, race feline, height 163 centimeters, infection status, infection confirmed by medical examination, physical exam, physical strength standard, mobility excellent, physical resilience standard, tactical acumen standard, combat skill excellent, regime art simulation standard. Profile: Cliffheart is a Rhodes Island operator who's born in Kjerag. She's a specialist in rock and mountain climbing and is proficient with all kinds of climbing tools. Currently, she is undergoing treatment for apathy at Rose Island. What archetype boy Cliff Heart Alter would be? I wonder. But yeah, it'd have to be something cool. Clinical analysis, imaging tests have shown the outlines of her internal organs to be indistinct due to abnormal shadows. Originium granules have been detected in her circulatory system, confirming her to be infected with uropathy. Cell originium fusion rate 7%. Due to puncturing by an originium stone, operator exhibits visible originium crystals at the puncture site. Blood originium crystal density 0.28. Course of infection is transitioning to the middle term, but has not yet had a significant impact upon the infected. Archive File 1. Cliffheart is a natural explorer and climber. Her reflexes and endurance far exceed what normal people could think possible. With even the simplest of items, Cliffheart is capable of traversing obstacles that would stop most people in their tracks. Cliffheart is more comfortable using her climbing instruments than a traditional melee weapon. Even on the battlefield, she uses these tools as weapons. Don't question the power of her snow spade or ice pick. In the hands of the right person, even instruments such as these can be lethal. Archive File 2. While attempting to climb the Holy Mountain, Cliffheart was pierced by an originium stone during an unexpected landslide, and thus became infected. Fortunately, most of the people of Kjerag hold no prejudice against the infected, and Cliffheart still managed to lead a normal life. Still, in order to make the originium crystals on her body not appear so conspicuous, she takes clever steps to hide it. Thus, even outside Kjerag, she is free to move as she pleases. Archive File 3. As a member of the Silver Ash family, she garners a lot of attention despite not appearing as elite as her older brother and sister. Unlike her siblings, she is not bound by any official position and is thus free to speak. Therefore, she often mingles with the common people, listening to their stories, learning about their lives, and studying their skills. She then uses these things she's learned to contribute to her clan. Archive File 4. Whatever peace the Silver Ash family has come to an end when Pramanix was anointed saint. Silver Ash could no longer interact with Cliffheart in the open, and Pramanix couldn't communicate with either of them because of her newfound official position. This made Cliffheart furious, but she understood that there was no way for the three of them to be as they once were. There was nothing she could do to fix the situation, and this feeling of helplessness made her disheartened for the first time in her life. Still, if there were anything she could do to reunite with her brother and sister, she would gladly do what it takes. Promotion record. Cliffheart seems to always instill feelings of cheer and optimism in those she meets, though her soul burns with the desire to inflict mischief. Wow. If you bite into a piece of cake only to find it full of beans, or your employee card has gone missing, there's a high possibility that Cliffheart is responsible. If not, then you'll likely find out who is. Making mischief and exposing other mischief makers are two of her favorite pastimes. Girl. Filling your cake full of beans. Ugh. It's kinda cursed. Okay, I gotta make her level 60 for you real quick. Level 60. Eat the EXP items. Heart of the Cliffs. The climb is easy, the descent is hard. Mountain. The crevice over there should be close enough. Vice, how long do you think it'll be before my brother comes back? Based on what the master said before the trip, about 3 or 4 more days. That's still pretty far from now. Huh? Is that him? No, wait, is it my sister? The saintess went to the Vine Bead court months ago. With everything she must attend to, there's no way she'd be here. No need to get antsy. I'll get the door. Oh? Auntie Tarja, what brings you here? Okay, that's one step closer. The cave's not really all that high up, so I should be there soon. Tearstone?
It's a kind of light blue one, only found in the cave halfway up Mount Carlon. Legend has it that it's a condensed tears of Kjeragander.
Almost there. So Uncle Tarja's condition got worse. The tearstone that was supposed to last over half a year was used up by autumn, and no one on either side of the mountain can lend him any more? How could this happen?
According to legend, tearstone can only be mined once, one palmful at a time, for that is the size of one of Kjeragander's teardrops. If any more extracted at once, they lose their effectiveness. In fact, you were the one who retrieved the one Mr. Tarja was using. That was 2 years ago, though, so you might not remember it.
Oh right, I remember now. Vice, think you can bring Auntie Tarja with you and drive around to see if anyone else has any tearstone?
Milady, you...
I'll keep looking around the house. I remember picking up a little one to use as a decoration, but can't remember where I put it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive. As soon as I find it, I'll grind it down for Uncle Tarja and decoct it. And if you do manage to find one, you don't need to come tell me. Just head straight to the Tarja household.
Please be careful, my lady.
It's not like I'll be doing anything dangerous. Just looking around the house. Anyway, get going already. Someone's life is on the line here. Yeah, it's not like I'll be doing anything dangerous. Girl.
All right. I'll get the car ready. Mrs. Tarja, come with me.
Encia turns her head and takes a look at the ashen gray sky. For now, the clouds aren't too dense, and not even a single sign of wind can be seen through the window. Vice's intuition is as sharp as ever. If it weren't for Uncle Tarja's emergency situation, he definitely wouldn't have left me alone. Seriously, he's way too much of a worrywart. The snow will be coming down hard until later in the evening anyway, and the cave isn't too high up, just a quick climb up the cliff. Well, up we go! Now all that's left is to head in and mine some tearstone. Shouldn't take long. Encia closes her eyes and silently bows to the holy Mount Carlon. Success! Fits perfectly right inside my palm. Still, I may have been pulling a fast one on Vice, but tearstones are so pretty. Maybe I should grab a few more for decoration next time. That said, I can still see the marks I made on the wall here 2 years ago. Nothing's changed at all. Encia stands at the mouth of the cave. Encia stands at the mouth of the cave and looks down at the mountain. She can still see the smoke from the Tarja household. Just wait for me. I'll get you your tearstone in no time flat. Brr, so cold. The wind's kicking up? Crap, that snowstorm's coming in a lot sooner than I thought. Well, can't get down the cliff anymore. Better take shelter in the cave and wait it out. Wait, no, Uncle Tarja's still waiting for that tearstone, and who knows when the storm will stop. I'll have to descend from the other side then. This route seems usable, but which way am I? This tree looks familiar. Wait, haven't I been here already? Oh no, she's lost. Uh-oh. I'll make a sign with my climbing rope, at least. That way we won't be going in circles. This path is going in the exact wrong direction. Ugh, the snow couldn't have come at a worse time. I think I've come a pretty long way. The cave is on the other side of the mountain where it meets the lake, but I've been heading towards the lake this entire time. I guess I'm already trespassing on Pale Roche land then. Stepping into another clan's territory without notice. Even though her brother never went out of his way to discuss the other two clans with her, Encia is no fool. She knows that the Pale Roche and Silver Ash clans had been at odds ever since Enciota's return to Kjerag. And before his latest trip, he specifically warned her not to have anything to do with the Pale Roches unless absolutely necessary. The situation in Kjerag was too delicate, and even a single careless whisper could trigger an avalanche. Maybe I should turn back before they find me. Wait out the snow before heading back down. No, I can't risk it. Doesn't look like it'll be stopping anytime soon. This is a matter of life and death here. Time is of the essence. At least the snow is thick enough that I didn't get hurt by the fall. I can see the settlements at the foot of the mountain. And the lake too. Poor Gnosis. He's the only one left out. Feels like I've been trekking through the mountain's backside for forever. How is there still more trail? I can't even see the lake anymore. I can tell I'm still ascending, but this trail is way too long. Suddenly a figure emerges through the wind and snow and into Encia's field of view like a miracle. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? I'm over here, over here. The figure notices her immediately and walks straight towards her. Thank you, Gander. Are you a hunter from the mountains? How far are we from the bottom? Ah, yes, a totally normal passerby. If you follow this trail down, you'll be off the mountain in about an hour and a half. An hour and a half? Still that far? There wouldn't happen to be any shortcuts? There are, but none that can be used in a snowstorm this fierce. I have mountaineering equipment. See this big old backpack? I've got an ice pick, climbing ropes, rock nails, the whole shebang. It could be worth a try then. If you head back a bit to where you just saw the lake, there's a steep little trail covered in snow. Thank you. By the way, I didn't get your... Before Encia could finish her words, there was nothing in her field of view except the wind and snow. As if Gander had deliberately hidden her guide from her. She's gone? Well, whatever. Let's head back and give this a shot. It worked! They must have stayed at least half an hour. Now to find a place where I can rent a bird and bee store.
Stop! Who goes there?
Hello? I don't mean any harm, I'm...
Huh? Are you the second daughter from the Silver Ash clan?
I can explain,
Humph. I'm just patrol the mountain. Save your explanation for the head of our clan.
Oop. The fragrance of the hot tea and sweets prepared by the servants still wafts from the table, but the two in the reception room do not sit, nor does a single drop or crumb pass her lips. Hey, Arktosh.
Tell me, what's going on here?
And hello? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to trespass into your territory. I know, right? Encia truly is built different. Hello?
Everyone who gets caught says that.
I mean it though.
So you're telling me you were taking a walk with in your backpack, enjoying the snow, and just happened to end up near the lake?
No, I went to mine tearstone from the mountain cave, and it started snowing right as I was about to leave. Since I couldn't get down the cliff near my house, I headed in the opposite direction, towards the lake.
Did you not see the dark clouds? You chose now of all times to mine your tearstone. I've heard enough.
No, Mr. Arktosh, let me explain.
The second daughter of the Silver Ash clans has trespassed on Pale Roche territory. I'll have your brother explain the situation once he returns. If his answer satisfies me, I'll let you go.
He's going away for Ziotis? But Uncle Tarsh is sick and can't wait any longer. I need to get this medicine to him right away, which means my only choice is to... But now that it's come to this, I don't know what Mr. Arktosh's demands will be, or if my brother will be humiliated. Damn it, none of this has anything to do with the clans, just because I was Silver Ash. I'm sorry, Ziotis. If this causes any trouble, I'll make it right, I swear.
Judging by the look in your face, it seems like you have something to say.
I sincerely apologize for trespassing to the lake area, and I'll accept however you choose to handle this matter, but I went to mine Tearstone in order to save someone's life.
Using another's life as an excuse is an awfully tasteless joke. Encia Silverash.
I'm not lying. Uncle Tarja, who lives in the mountains, is seriously ill and needs a Tearstone to save his life. That's why I went up there. I'll accept whatever punishment you have for me, but I ask only that you send an express train to deliver the Tearstone in my backpack to the Tarja household in the mountains. Please, I'm begging you.
If you've claimed to mine Tearstone, then show it to me. This is certainly Tearstone. But isn't it a bit too big?
While I was up there, I made sure to test if it could fit in the palm of my hand.
At least some of the Silverashes still remember a few of Chergander's old teachings. And you want me to deliver this to the Tarja household in the mountains, correct?
Yes.
Humph. I suppose I can oblige.
It's like, fine, you follow the rules. I'll do it then. Because you follow the rules.
Prepare the swiftest bird and beast. I'm heading to the mountains with Encia Silverash.
Thank goodness. Wait, back up with me? Mr. Arktos, do you mean to say?
If the situation is as you described, then your trespass was truly unintentional. Pale Roche has no desire to raise a fuss over something like this.
I thought you would.
Would what?
Nothing at all. Thank goodness. You have my deepest gratitude, Mr. Arktos. If we waited any longer, we might have been too late. Truly, I can't thank you enough.
You harvested the Tearstone. It was your life to save. There's nothing to thank me for.
No, you deserve it. Would you like to stop at my house to rest for a bit? Uncle Matterhorn should be back shortly. And maybe I can let him... Arktos doesn't utter a word, simply gazing down at the excited Encia like an immovable crag. Sorry, I'm getting way ahead of myself.
Don't worry about it.
Mr. Arktos.
Did you need anything else?
I still remember back before Enciotis returned. You were never close to me or my sister, but you didn't keep your distance from us like you do now.
If anyone's responsible for that, it'll be your dear brother, don't you think? While I'm willing to believe that you harbor no ill will, I dare not ignore the possibility that you're part of his plans. Nor do I dare assume that I can beat him in on the battlefield of political intrigue.
Is my brother really that odious a person to everyone else?
I can tolerate his scheming, but I cannot turn a blind eye to him trampling all over our traditions.
But not everything from the outside is bad. What if there are a better cure for Uncle Tarja's illness in some... And she had only finished half of her sentence when she sees the expression on Arktos' face. She realizes that a single gesture of aid from the patriarch of the Pale Roche clan does not mean she has shortened the distance between them.
I can see that you and your brother are completely different kinds of people, but both of you are true Silverashes.
Doesn't that also make you a true Pale Roche?
Ah, of course.
But you're still helping me.
Do you think I should have sentenced Tarja to death, or continue to detain you?
No, that's not what I meant. I just don't quite understand.
Then keep mulling it over. You still have a long life ahead of you. Let's go.
It's still so funny considering his relationship with his daughter.
Hold on to your own stuff. You were so excited to leave that you forgot your bag. Is that you, Lady Encia?
Vice, it's me. Over here.
I was worried sick about you. Promise me you'll never do something risky like something that risky ever again.
But I'm perfectly fine, aren't I? The Tearstone got delivered in time to boot. Maybe I ran into a snag or two along the way, but all's well that ends well.
Ugh, you're just as stubborn as the master. By the way, you might not know this, but part of the reason he left the country this time was to develop Tearstone as a resource.
How so?
He'd already asked Victoria's scientists to study it earlier, and it turns out the reason Tearstones can cure illnesses is because they contain a special substance. And taking more or less from the cave at once does not change its efficacy. If we can make an industry out of mining and refining Tearstone, Not only would that boost Kjerag's economy, but our medicine could also benefit people in other countries. You won't have to risk your life to harvest anymore.
Upon hearing Vice's words, Encia couldn't help but think back to what she saw in the cave. The crystal clear tearstone embedded in the rock wall, almost pulling her into a trance. As if they really were Kjeragander's tears. Twice had she plucked them from the wall for Uncle Tarja's sake, and the traces of her theft were left clearly in those vacant holes. They mingle with dozens of other such scars, each of indeterminate age. Encia suddenly becomes uneasy, as if there were a conflict between her brother's development plans and the pristine beauty of the cave. In an attempt to dispel some of her unease, she tries to change the topic. By the way, what are we doing for dinner?
I heard Matterhorn mention that today's entree will be braised beast meat. I'm quite looking forward to it.
I didn't even realize I was hungry until now, but my stomach started growling as soon as you said that.
Glad to hear you have a healthy appetite. Anyway, I trust you'll sort out your mountaineering bag as usual. Will I go help out in the kitchen?
Okay. Oh, Vice, you joker. This afternoon I was just about to thank you when you vanished without a trace before you could tell me your name. Yet I arrived here all the same. Here, a letter for you. For me? From my sister? Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the Saintess's head maid, but you can call me Char. Enya's head maid? Could it be that she knew I'd be climbing the mountain today and sent you to guide me? As if I was heading down to do some shopping and bumped into you by chance. Then you better not tell her I climbed down the mountain in the snow. Let's see here. I wonder how she's doing in the Phi-MD court. Phew, sounds like it's going well. By the way, Char, thanks for delivering this. I'll tell Uncle Matterhorn to make dinner for her. Shh, I snuck in here. Snuck in? But why? Think about it. What would Vice do if I graciously knocked on the front door, claiming to be the Saintess's head maid? He'd definitely report it to your brother. From Antiochus' perspective, people from the Phi-MD court slipping down to bring you mail when he's not around is more than enough reason to go on high alert. Oh, fair enough. Anyway, I'll wait for him to return before I formally introduce myself to everyone in the family. Gotcha. Char, this letter doesn't say anything about it, but Enya's still upset at him, right? To be honest, yes, I believe so. Do you think she'll end up siding with Mr. Arknights in the end? You've known the Saintess much longer than I have, and should know far more about her place in the Silver Ash clan than I do. She may be very upset at your brother, but you're still a sister to both of them. Otherwise, you wouldn't be receiving this letter at all. But she's now the Saintess of the Phi-MD court. Even if she wants to protect me, what can she do in her current situation? It's like how I had a run-in with Mr. Arknights today, and discovered that he's not a bad person at all. No matter who they are, as long as they're involved in the struggle for power or profit, they'll always... So that's what you're worried about. Come, let's cheer you up a bit first. The Saintess's cheerful and optimistic little sister shouldn't be acting so gloomy. The Saintess is not someone who will allow herself to be led around by emotions. She knows better than anyone how much responsibility sits on her shoulders. By the actions she ends up taking depend not only on your brother, but also on you. You're not his tool, you have your own path to walk, choose it, and you'll definitely have an influence on them both. I can't promise anything, but it's possible that the path you take will eventually form the bridge between them. I see. I'm starting to get what you mean. I would consider Encia more lucky than her siblings, because ugh. Both of them... Their duties seem terrible. But at least she can go between whatever she wants to do, more or less. She just has a Silver Ash name to worry about, though. Then I'll be heading back. It's hard keeping away from Vice's prying eyes. So soon? I haven't even had a chance to properly thank you. We'll be seeing each other a lot more in the future. Bye for now, Encia. See you later, Char. Encia watches the door close in front of her and sighs softly before painstakingly folding the open letter back up and stowing it in her pocket. She then turns around and begins to organize her backpack. Halfway through, she feels something strange inside her bag. She digs around and places it what she finds in front of her. 2 pieces of candy. One is from the Pale Roche clan's reception room. She racks her brain hard to figure out where the other piece came from. Only then does she recall eating it once as a child. It was found only at the Vine Court. Wow, free candy. I wonder how their candies taste. The difference in them. I'm imagining the Pale Roche one's probably honey flavored. I'm not sure about the Court, the Vine Court's candy. Maybe just be regular candy. New Peaks. Candy sounds kind of good right now. I want chocolate though. Clifford spends every waking moment thinking, what can she do for her brother and sister? And what can she do for Kjerag? I want chocolate bunny. Maybe I'll go shopping after work. Ha! One more! Jump! I want to find some Easter candies. Chocolate, please. Safe. That was a hard cliff. Almost halfway to the top. I'll take a break here. Is that smoke? Why would someone start a fire out here in the middle of nowhere, in broad daylight to boot? Could it be a distress signal? Dun dun dun. Hard to gather firewood when I leg like this. Hope a hunter passes by and sees it. Better be a human and not some wild beast. Who's there? Don't worry, I'm just a mountain climber. I saw the smoke and thought it might be a distress signal. Oh, thank goodness. Someone actually came. Is your leg hurt? Yeah, I took a fall off a steep slope. What's a Sancta doing on this mountain? I'm from the Nobunaga Hall, and I'm executing a will of the deceased. The instructions were to seek out a Sancta who left Laterano many years ago. I learned that he's living on one of these mountains. I was searching around these parts, and well, you can guess the rest. The Nobunaga Hall sure works you hard, huh? You know the Nobunaga Hall? Yeah, I'm with Rhodes Island. Have you heard of it? Rhodes Island. Federico. My sympathies. My sympathies, girl! It's okay. We call him Executor. I think he's fun. As long as you're not on a mission with him. Could you help me get down the mountain? I'll rest and recover in the town there before proceeding to execute the will. You're continuing your mission? Yes. Alright, grab my hand. Hand. So the Sancta came after all. Ooh. Samara, is it? I've been wondering. You Nobunaga Hall people seem just as busy as our operators, always on the move. Why do you go so far for someone who left your city? The law binds us, even if they left Laterano. The law? You mean like in Kjeragander? Kjeragander? You're from Kjerag, aren't you? I should have realized. Yes, faith in Kjeragander binds the people of Kjerag together. There's subtle differences. From what I know, followers of Kjeragander believe that Kjeragander protects the people of Kjerag in subtle and mysterious ways. For us, our faith is in the law of Laterano itself. We believe that there is a set of rules that binds us together. We care for each other, understand each other, and hold ourselves accountable to each other. That's how the Nobunaga Hall came to be, because we believe that all of us have a duty to what we can do for our people. Kjeragander's faithful care for each other too, but we're more subtle about it, because we believe that Kjeragander has a plan for everything. That's what you believe? Interesting. This is my first real exposure to the Kjerag faith. I'd love to sit down and have a chat with you, if I had the time. Unfortunately, I have a mission to complete, but thank you for helping me here, Enzia. Once I've executed this well, maybe we could catch up. Would you mind telling me more about the well? I might be able to help more. Oh? The mountains around here are steep and dangerous for novice climbers. My mountaineering experience could be useful. Of course, if it's classified or something, I won't push it. Well, there's nothing particularly confidential about it. Are you sure you want to do this, though? It's no trouble. My field assignment is already done, and I've got some time before I have to return to base. I wouldn't be climbing here otherwise. In that case, I don't think I have the luxury of turning you down. A renowned gun knight, Reverend Regis, passed away recently. In his will, he asked the Notarial Hall to find his brother, a scholar by the name of Legis, who left Laterano 40 years ago after a rift between them. A rift? It occurred so long that it's unlikely anyone other than the two brothers knows what happened. All we know is that it had something to do with conflicting views on war. His Holiness the Pope supported Reverend Regis' position, and Reverend Legis chose to go into exile. Reverend Regis knew that Reverend Legis would not return to Laterano as long as he was there, so his hope was that Legis might return after his death. The parents' naming, though. We have 2 sons. I'm assuming they're probably twins, because why not? Imagine having twins and being like, okay, your name is Regis, and your name is Legis. Thanks, Mom and Dad. How kind. Regis and Legis. Fantastic. Like, sheesh. Ooh, hello, hello. Oh, having operator records be fun. If Reverend Legis isn't ready... He included instructions to bring back a token of Reverend Legis's, so that the brothers may be interred together. To reunite a pair of estranged brothers. I'm totally on board. Any other details to go on? I asked around and nobody had much contact with Reverend Legis, with the exception of a hunter by the name of Tiana. I wasn't able to find her, so I started searching the nearby mountains. A hunter? Ah, that explains a lot. Oh? Maybe you didn't notice because you were injured, but we were followed. What? I thought it was bandits looking for their mark, but now it seems likely that it's a hunter you were talking about. Head down. Disc. Wait here. I'll go after her. Is there a signal here? Oh, thank goodness. I can reach one of the nearby nomadic cities. Executor Samar reporting in. I need assistance. Oh, Your Eminence? She's a fast climber, but I'm not too shabby myself. Are you Tiana? Potentially. Stop right there. Humph. You're Tiana, aren't you? Just a hunter passing by. Drop the act. You wouldn't have tell us for so long if you were just passing by. You know why Samara's here. You're Sarkaz? So what if I am? Why would a Sarkaz... Whoa! You can move, I'll give you that. Well, you sure can't shoot. You think so? Wait, she's not aiming for me. Could it be? Too late. Crap. Ouch. Well, this is a deep pit. You were luring me into a pit trap from the beginning, weren't you? Not just that. I also saw how good you were at mountaineering and took your climbing gear. The Sarkaz hunter pokes her head out and shows Clifford her backpack. When did you... Don't worry, I'm not gonna kill you. I'll go into town and tell them to send help. I'll leave your backpack there. Once the rescuers arrive, take your stuff and scram. Why are you doing this? My demands are simple. Tell the Nobunaga Hall that Legis is not going back to Laterano. I wonder if Legis and Tiana are a thing. I really should be more careful. This is a spike cage. Looks like it was a beast trap, the kind that poachers use. But the spikes have been removed. I guess she really didn't want to kill me. She probably removed them in preparation for the day like this. And in that case... The feeling looks like she's tough enough to survive for a while. I'll get the old man's stuff, then report to the town. What a bother. What? He left enough of the trap's mechanisms for me to climb out. My hook's faster than your bow at this range. Gah. I just want to see Reverend Legis. He doesn't want to see you. Get lost. Take this then. Humph. Huh? Look out! The rock is unstable! What? Grab my hook! Let go, I'm too heavy. No. I'm not leaving you behind. If I can't pull you up, brace for impact. Impact has been braced. Are you okay? You should have let me go. He spared my life, one good turn for another. That's not how it works. I didn't mean anything by when I mentioned you were sarcasm. I was just surprised. I don't blame you. Anyone would be. You might know that he has a brother. Regis, let me guess, he's dead, and now he wants his brother to go back to Laterano, is that it? Yes. He's not going back. You're looking for him now, after so many decades? It's Reverend Regis's last wish. Plus, no matter how big the difference is, settling these differences is what family is all about. What makes you say that? My brother and sister aren't on good terms. But they're still siblings in the end of the day. At the end of the day, all they need is a chance to open their hearts to each other. You're trying to convince me when you don't even sound sure yourself. Because if I give up, we'll never sit together again as family. And I know that deep down, they care about each other. There's nothing you can do. Why is that? Because Legis is dead. The dust. I haven't been here since he died. What was he to you? I didn't know my parents. I was raised by a beggar in town. I guess you could call him my dad. The townsfolk were okay, but no one else was willing to take in a sarcasm. I started to hunt for a living after my dad died. On one of those hunting trips, I ran into a big one and almost died. It was a passing Sancto who saved my life. He shared some meat with me and told me I couldn't shoot worth a damn. Huh. I still remember. He froze for a moment when he saw me up close for the first time. It took me a long time to realize it was because he realized I was sarcasm and thought about killing me. But I was just a wild child who grew up in the middle of nowhere. I didn't know any of that. I still don't really understand it, even now. I'd never seen a Sancta. I don't know why I should hate the Halo heads. Plenty of worse people in town. History is complicated. Hey, that's what the old man said. I didn't take you for a scholar. I'll take that as a compliment. Well, I asked him to teach me how to shoot a bow. But he didn't want me anywhere close. He chased me away with his gun whenever I went near. It's funny, now that I think about it, he probably wanted to kill me many, many times, but didn't get that. I thought it was all fun and games. Maybe he got tired of chasing me away, but we eventually reached a kind of understanding. I would hide near his house and he would show a move or two, pretending not to notice me. What an interesting relationship! What happened to him? A bunch of sarcasm bandits came 3 years ago. They tried to recruit me when they saw I was a sarcasm and could handle myself. When I refused, they kidnapped me and tried to coerce me into joining. The old man came to rescue me alone. I survived. He didn't. I'm sorry.
He never considered me a student. I don't think he would have wanted a sarcastic student. Without the skills I learned from him, though, I would have been dead long ago. He never left his place, and no one ever came to look for him. Now his brother wants him to go back to Laterano. No way, not even if it's just his stuff. He doesn't belong to Laterano, he belongs to this place. Give up and leave if you get it. Or you can die here.
Can I take a look around?
Suit yourself.
What are these books?
The old man liked to read. He tried to teach me, but gave up when he realized I was hopeless at it.
Histories of the Sarcasm Sancta. A lot of notes and annotations. There's a piece of paper here. A letter? Dear Regis, it is precisely because we are brothers that we're never able to come to a compromise through our empathy. Were it would be an insult to one another. Was leaving the only option though? Thinking back on it, perhaps there was a better way. But we should not regret our choices. Just because we made the choice does not mean the path not taken has lost its meaning. That is why I chose to leave Laterano. I do not think I shall ever return. I will miss your strawberry milkshakes, though. Cura ut valis, legis. Look at this, Tiana. Legis didn't hold a grudge against Regis or Laterano. He just made a choice and chose not to return to Laterano because of it.
So what? Either way, he doesn't want to go back to Laterano, does he?
It's not about going back to Laterano. The brothers didn't have any bad blood towards one another. It's that simple. Oh, it's her! Hey, Veliv. People believe there is no conflict between the Sancta because they share emotions through empathy. The reality is rather different. Sharing emotions may help you understand why the other side thinks a certain way, but it doesn't mean you accept it. On minor matters, the Sancta can certainly reach a compromise through empathy. But there are certain things even the Sancta fail to agree upon. The only consensus they can reach is that they do not agree. Who are you? Veliv. Sancti Laterani. Ecclesiae Cardinalis. Cardinal of the Holy Lateran Church.
Cardinal?
Why? Reverend Gun Knight Regis was highly respected. I happened to be visiting a nearby city when I heard there were difficulties executing as well. I felt it was my obligation to get involved. I didn't expect someone else to take care of the problem before I could intervene, though. No need to be nervous. I overheard your conversation from outside the door. It seems everything's been resolved with a nice little bow, yes?
Who told you?
The split between the gun knight Regis and his brother, the scholar Legis, occurred over their attitude towards war. Veliv raises her gun and points it at the Sarkaz.
Bitch. I won't let you have your way, Sancta.
Tiana returns a favor, pointing her crossbow at the Sancta. Reverend Regis and His Holiness approached war with a moderate attitude, while Reverend Legis believed in one that was more proactive and radical. That was the cause of the split between us. And as well, Reverend Regis requested the return of Reverend Legis's personal effects in the event that Reverend Legis became deceased. Those effects do not include a Sarkaz. Wait! This is no business for a mountaineer. I can ask Rose Island to take her in. If I recall correctly, Rhode Island has a policy against interfering with a country's internal affairs. The extent to which that policy is followed is debatable, but I doubt they would want to get involved in this one. I can send it to Drag. Drag? I hope you understand the effect that deploying the Silver Ash name here will have, Encia, my child. You knew who I was from the very beginning, didn't you? I won't deny it. If you know my family name, then you also know my siblings. Enya, Saintess of the Vine Bead Court, and Theotis, CEO of Carlin Trade. It's becoming difficult to find someone who wouldn't know them. At the end of the day, though, just my brother and sister who haven't sat down at the same table for a decade because of a choice my brother made. Deep down, I understand. It's not that my brother and sister don't understand each other, same as these two brothers. It's the opposite. They understand each other's position and understand that it's not something they can move past. They understand there are certain things that only the other can do. That's why they'll never go back to the way they were. I get it, but I can't give up on the idea. I just learned that there was a pair of Sancta brothers in the same boat. They understood that there could be no understanding. They chose to part ways. But they had each other in their hearts all the way to the very end. A touching tale. But what does that have to do with stopping me? The understanding between my brother and sister isn't about simple acceptance of the other's actions. The most important thing is that they believe there is something about the other's choice that's correct. They believe that their choice can affect the other. Most importantly, when all is said and done, they'll stand at the same goal line. A fine speech, Encia. Baily of Lortagun. Why you? I was just planning to scare you away and let you go. After all, I can't very well let a Snarkets cross my line of sight and do nothing about it. But if Encia has a better plan, I'm happy to go along. You were sure you would win and planned to spare my life in the beginning? Did you think otherwise? Consider it an act of magnanimity, even if it might be a little hard to accept. Sounds a bitch. As Encia said, Reverend Regis didn't necessarily think that Reverend Legis was wrong. However, right versus wrong has never been the only factor in anything. Yeah, I'm not sure how much it was just to scare her away. I wouldn't take it all just a little token. A book. Or some manuscripts. Is that acceptable? Suit yourself. I should say, your sincerity was touching, Encia, my child. You've strengthened my belief that, even though we follow different faiths and live in different environments, we still have much in common with respect to the problems we face. I can agree with that. I thought all Sancta were like Exusia. Like Exia. But now I know that there are all kinds of problems between Sancta too. Understanding that is the first step to understanding Laterano. By the way, if I recall correctly, the Kjerag statue 3 years in the making is nearly complete. You should be traveling to Kjerag for the unveiling ceremony, shouldn't you? Okay, the Kjerag statue thing was so funny. Char being so offended by the face. I could give you a ride if you want. Actually, I have a different request. A rather brazen one, I should say. Oh? I would like to travel with Samara and learn more about Laterano and the Sancta. Is that okay? Are you not planning to go back? Not yet. This whole thing has given me a lot of food for thought. Maybe there's no real point in trying to force them back together. Maybe they've already sat down together while I've been away. If they understand each other, if both of them have Kjerag in their hearts, if they're headed for the same goal, just by different paths, then I should cast my eyes forward too. You came looking for me, didn't you? Yes, I'd made up my mind to come personally when I heard your name from Samara. And what the two of you talked about, while formal relations were established between Kjerag and Laterano at the Summit of Nations, the Kjeraganan and Lateran faiths have lacked a catalyst for dialogue. I'll be the catalyst. Kjerag is certainly in need of cultural dialogue, and there is no doubt that His Holiness will welcome such dialogue with open arms. But I must ask you again, one last time. Do you understand what you're doing, Lady Encia Silverash? Yes. In that case, I welcome you on behalf of Laterano. Thanks. Oh, but I'll need to visit the nearest Rhodes Island branch office first. I'll need it to help me find a home for Tiana, and ask the doctor to deliver a message from my brother. Aww. You think Encia helps keep him grounded? By being like the one normal sibling? The benefit of having a little sister. That was cute though. Ooh. Reach the top. What does peak mean to a climber? A sort of height? Physically, mentally, in all sorts of senses. You conquer this height, you touch the sky, you prove your own worth. That seems to be exactly it, yet it's not that simple. At least to Miss Encia, it's not that simple. While in Kjerag, mountain climbing to her was less about conquering something and more about connecting something. At the foot is her brother, Sergiotis, and the whole Silver Ash family. And atop the mountain is her sister, the saintess of all Kjerag. She's already scaled the Carlin before, and whether to conquer or connect, she succeeded. But we've received word today that Miss Encia has taken gold in a Bolivarian mountaineering event. An honor she's put her life on the line for, with dangers beyond anyone's imagination. The host climate monitoring systems had malfunctioned, and the competitors were faced midway with a snowstorm and a series of ice cracks out of nowhere. With the vast majority having no way forward, the host announced the event was suspended and organized a squad to rescue any competitors who hadn't yet returned to the base camp. On top of that, Miss Encia had lost her communications gear, insulated tent, and a part of her food supply while escaping danger. Sheesh! In these extreme circumstances, every second longer out there was a matter of life or death, but she'd already overcome the most difficult, perilous ice ridge known to Terra, and the summit was calling. So, should she retreat or should she turn around and continue up? After Miss Encia came to, the first thing she reportedly said to the medical personnel was this: "The sight from the summit was amazing!" The hosts proclaimed that the event is still valid, and gave the trophy to Miss Encia as the one and only award winner. The distant peaks beyond Kjerag have none of Kjergander's divine protection. Miss Encia was no more than a competitor from the strange parts. She succeeded in planting her flag at the very top, all just for a view of the unknown. To end today's special program, we leave you with a quote from the host's speech when she gave the award. "She is a true climber." Special report made on the spot by the network after news of Cliffheart winning a Bolivarian mountaineering event made its way back to Kjerag. Above extracts are taken from the body of report. Good for Cliffheart, good for her. Yeah, I like to compare them all. She's like the most normal out of all the siblings. Like, not that that's a bad thing. And now for Harold. Actually, no, not Harold. Oops. Chera. Sorry, Chera. I love her maid outfit. It looks so good on her. Basic info. Codename Chera. Gender female. Combat experience none. Place of birth Kjerag. Date of birth December 5. Race undisclosed. Height 165 centimeters. Infection status. Medical tests have confirmed that no infection is present. Oh wait, next is Matterhorn. Oops. Okay. Matterhorn. Matterhorn time. File. Basic info, codename Matterhorn. Gender male, combat experience 6 years. Place of birth, Kjerag. Date of birth, May 19. Race, Forte. Height, 182 centimeters. Infection status, medical tests have confirmed that no infection is present. Physical exam, physical strength excellent. Mobility normal. Physical resilience excellent. Tactical acumen standard. Combat skill standard. Originium assimilation flawed. Profile, a member of the Carlin Trade Co., Ltd. Born in Kjerag, he is part of the cooperation agreement between the Carlin Trade Co. and Rhodes Island, but he also helps carry out missions for the latter as well. Clinical analysis. Imaging tests reveal clear and normal outlines of internal organs, and no abnormal shadows have been detected. Originium granules have not been detected in the circulatory system, and there is no sign of infection. At this time, this operator is believed to be non-infected. Cell originium fusion rate 0%. Operator shows no signs of infection at this time. Blood crystal density 0.12. This operator has rarely come into contact with originium. Archive File 1. Since he was young, Matterhorn was trained to be Silver Ash's bodyguard. His father and grandfather were honorable guards for Silver Ash's family. Naturally, this became his goal as well. However, unlike military training during his father's time, he still had the opportunity to study other subjects. Almost subconsciously, he chose cooking. I love out of all the subjects he wanted to do, cooking. Archive File 2. Compared to 4 nations that are rich in resources, Kjerag has very few edible varieties of plants and animals. Even a wealthy family like Silver Ash's, usually only eats plain meals. However, once Matterhorn became a cook, everything changed. His mastery of the art of cooking is awe-inspiring. Ooh, I want to try his food. Oh my goodness. Okay. Alice hurt me. To get 1 copy of Alice, she took me 28 multi-pulls. She wanted to destroy my wallet. I'm like, girl! Ow! Just ow! Like, just for 1 Alice. And I didn't get any other 5 stars before her, too. Like, gosh darn it. Alice's banner was rude. All fear, all pain. All Alice. His mastery of the art of cooking is awe-inspiring. With just a handful of Kjerag ingredients, he can craft culinary delicacies untasted by native Kjerags. It's no wonder that the politicians of Kjerag used to hold meetings at the government's reception hall, but now they only want to meet at Silver Ash's home. They're like, finally, some good food. The power of food is truly something to behold. Good for you, Matterhorn. Like, that seems pretty good. Overall. Especially for the under 300 pulls. For me, I expect to hit pity for most banners at this point in life. Heck, inside of Girls Frontline 2, I went hard for Boy Mustina, but she made me... I lost the 50-50 so many times for her. It hurt. And I wanted multiple copies too, so that's my bad. Like, yay, got her! Loses 50-50 again. Yay, gets her! Loses 50-50 again. Even in Uma Musume, ooh. I think I got my Satono Diamond at 280 pulls or something like that. Really close to, at 280. Like, right below Pity. So 170 or 180-ish. And then I got another copy of her through Pity, because I'm like, you know what, why not? I'm close enough. So Desire sense is too real. Wow, now I just got a random flood outlook. Great. Thanks, Weather app. Oh well. Archive File 3. After coming to Rhodes Island, Matterhorn's combat frequency and intensity have increased substantially. His equipment, especially his shield, are in constant need of repair. Matterhorn knows some ways to perform simple repairs in the heat of battle, but thorough maintenance requires the skills of an artisan. Upon being given a recommendation, Matterhorn met Vulcan. Surprised by each other's abilities, they quickly established a long-term relationship. Vulcan maintains Matterhorn's equipment, while Matterhorn provides remuneration. When they have free time, they exchange culinary recipes and occasionally share meals together. They are a good example of what close friends should be. Ooh, they trade recipes too. That's a good friendship. Archive File 4. Matterhorn's ancestors were born in the northern regions of Kjerag, where the environment is harsh and people fight against nature day after day. To ensure the survival of the others, when northern Kjerags go out to fight, they're considered dead. This conviction has resulted in future generations of brave warriors like Matterhorn. Ooh. Oh. Well, that's a sheet for the special currency thing. Oh, that's gonna be pain. I never got to anyone NP6. So far in life. Now for one day. Matterhorn has stewed this bowl of soup the whole day. Soup. My one meal today I had so far was pho. So I had soup too.
Come take a gander, feast your eyes on these fresh fruits and vegetables.
Oi, old man. Isn't it the lad from the Yek family? It's been a while since he's come by the market.
What you expect? The boy is a guard for the Master's clan now. When would he have time to come here? Ah, long time no see, uncle. How have you been? Oh my, here really is you, Matterhorn. Heh. So what brings you around these parts today? I had some spare time lately, so I thought it would be nice to cook dinner for the Master.
Good. Don't let your cooking skills go to waste. Come here. Go ahead and take this strip of steak. If I remember the Master enjoyed them when he was young. And you'd always take a whole bag with you.
Thank you for your kindness, but let's get 5 pounds of tenderloin first. Oh, and the youngest was just a little girl at the time. Whenever you go shopping, she'd follow right behind you, tugging at the hem of your clothes. Ha. Ensia was indeed quite small back then, also extremely curious, and she refused to stay indoors. She would make me bring her along.
Here, the tenderloin's good to go. The Master's tastes have changed, eh? Didn't he used to prefer short ribs?
Yes, the Master grew up. Matterhorn, about the older sister. Oh no, I mean, excuse this addled old geezer. How has the Saintess been? All of us miss her a lot. The Saintess has been in good health. Everything is well.
Kjerag watches over her, so of course it is. You worry too much, old man. After all, the reason we can continue our humble little lives here is because the Saintess managed to stabilize the situation at a critical time.
She's as bright as the snow itself. If she was able to deal with this crisis so calmly, lesser problems would surely pose no issue to her. Good. Now all that's left is for her to be reunited with her siblings and old friends, and then we'll all live happily ever after. Ha. If only that were the case. Ah, how much you've all grown in the blink of an eye. Time sure flies these days.
Hardly. They've all grown up, but we've grown old. The young don't appreciate what they have.
Don't say that. You shine just as brightly now as ever before.
Haha, spare me the flattery. Was it that frown on your face? Something in your mind?
Auntie, after some thought, I think I like some short ribs after all.
Alright, I'll have it right up. Here you go, is this enough?
That'll be fine, thank you. This is enough money, yes? I'll put it on the table here.
Heh, you young folks sure can add things up fast.
Alright, you two. I need to start dinner preparation soon, so I'll be heading back now.
Oh gosh, the party thing with Harold. Good. Don't let us old folks keep you any longer.
Come visit us when you have time.
Oh, it's Matterhorn. Why is he standing there like a statue for? Matterhorn!
It's getting harder.
Matterhorn, what are you muttering about in the middle of the hallway with a plate in your hand?
Oh, Lady Ensia. Didn't you say you were going to go out to eat dinner with Aurora? You haven't left yet.
It's not anytime soon, so there's no rush. Whoa, what a feast! Do we have guests over tonight?
Not quite. The Masters finally has time to come home for dinner, and I wasn't doing anything else, so I decided to go ahead and prepare a few dishes for him.
That's a lot more than a few dishes. Let's see. Whoa, you even made my favorite braised pork. I don't even want to eat out anymore. Maybe staying home and having dinner with my brother wouldn't be so bad.
Haha. Then you're more than welcome to stay, Lady Encia. What else would you like? I can always make a couple more dishes.
Oh no, I'm good. You're already going overboard. It's more than enough.
Alright then. It'll be a few more minutes, so don't wait for me. I'll have some stew on the stove, and so I'll bring that over later.
Okay, I'll go wash my hands then.
Sure.
I wonder if Matterhorn's... Okay, actually wait, no. His food is that good. It's probably better than the restaurants anyways. She's like, ooh, if Matterhorn's cooking all this stuff, yeah, I'm staying home. Sorry, Aurora.
If Encia's here, then, for now, how am I going to speak with the master?
Matterhorn, I want to try your cooking.
Lady Encia, I brought the stew. First, oh. Good evening, Matterhorn. Vice, why are you here? Is the master not back yet?
Courier just telling me that NCOs is still busy and probably won't make it back for dinner.
I hope you don't feel too bad, Lady Encia. Some things came up at the last minute. I see. Then why don't we wait a little longer, and just in case he can make it later? Matterhorn, can I have a word with you? Is it something you can't say in front of Lady Encia? I was thinking, it's probably best not to wait for him. You know how the master is. Once he gets busy, he'll spare no time for anything else. I know, Vice. Matterhorn, just a friendly word of advice. Don't keep waiting. Maybe saying that he'd be late was already his way of being considerate to you. Vice. For someone as thoughtful as you, a statement like that should already have been clear enough. Alright, understand. By the way, I started smoking some jerky a few days ago. I'll go to the kitchen and pack some for you later, so you can take it with you as a snack. You still haven't come to terms with reality yet. I appreciate your kindness, but my physician urged me to watch my diet because of a recent injury, and I thought I should take it to heart. You heard Vice? Where? What else did the physician say? It's just a little scratch, nothing you need to worry about, my friend. But why didn't you tell me? You're always hiding things from me these days. That's why he has me worried the most. I mean, that's what has me worried the most. Haha, ever since I was little, you always been worried sick about me whenever I got hurt. But now that we're all grown up, it's just embarrassing to keep putting that on you. You're right, you can take care of yourself now.
Matterhorn just wants to be the good big brother type. He's like, I want to make sure all of you are fed and healthy. Is that so hard to ask?
One more thing. It's about... Hold on, Vice.
Searches around in his pocket.
Are you looking for something? Here, this is for you. These are... snowflake crisps? I passed by the candy store in the morning. When you were little, you'd beg me for these every single time you were hurt during training. I was afraid you'd ruin your teeth. But look at you now. You don't even want my stuff anymore, because I haven't gotten used to it yet. Haha.
He's just bringing out candy now.
Matterhorn.
Rips open the candy wrapper.
You have any free time later on? After I recover, let's go for a drink at the tavern. Sounds good. Whenever you're up for it.
Yeah, his mama rank is very, very, very high.
Anyway, I better get going. See you later.
Uncle Matterhorn, what did Courier to say to you? Will my brother make it back tonight?
Go ahead and eat first, Lady Encia. The master might not be back until quite late.
I see, figures. Then you should join me at the table too. Food doesn't taste as good when you're eating alone.
Alright, Lady Encia. Let's have a bit of a stew first. The broth should be nice and rich from the bones.
Sips. Whoa, what a rich taste! Your cooking skills are truly amazing.
Haha. You're welcome to try these char-broiled short ribs next.
Whoa, these are delicious!
There's no need to rush, Lady Encia. Please be careful not to choke.
Huh? You should totally dig in too.
Haha, very well. Lady Ensa seems to have a great appetite today. I thought she hadn't been eating well recently because, well, maybe I've been overthinking things.
Whoa, those tennis came out so tender and chewy. Can I get another helping?
Sure, I'll get it for you.
I'll have another bowl of stew too. The meatballs are soaked in the flavor and taste super amazing.
Lady Encia, you're still not full yet?
Not even close. Give me another bowl of mashed potatoes too.
You still have room for more? That's already your third bowl. She's eating way more food than she can handle.
Chewing, your cooking is way too delicious. Struggles to swallow. Covers mouth. Oh crap.
Lady Encia, if you're already full, it's fine to stop.
Yeah, maybe. I'm starting to feel a little full after all. But there's still so much left over. You spent so long making all this delicious food. I'd feel bad if it went to waste.
And I'd feel bad if your stomach exploded from overeating.
Uncle Matterhorn.
As long as you enjoy your meals with a smile on your face, it's enough for me.
But if my brother was here, then we'd be able to finish.
Are you frustrated that you couldn't make it?
Well, yeah, we haven't sat down for a face-to-face dinner in forever. He always leaves in a rush in the morning and doesn't come home until late at night. I barely need to see him. Say, when I snuck up to see my sister and messed up his plans, that must have really made him mad, huh?
Lady Encia, you didn't do anything wrong. And the master, he wouldn't blame you for it either.
If only there'd come a day when our whole family could gather at one table to eat and talk and laugh. All in front of your delicious cooking.
Don't lose heart, milady. I'll always be here for you. If there's anything you want to eat, I'll make it for you. No matter what happens in the future.
Uncle Matterhorn.
It's getting late. You should get ready for bed soon.
You too. Tidies up the dishes left on the table.
Excels. What should I do? Master, you returned. Matterhorn, were you waiting for me this whole time? I thought I sent courier to convey that I wouldn't be able to make it back for dinner. I kept worrying that you'd be too busy to eat, and what if you were too hungry when you came back, so I decided to wait a bit longer.
See, look at how nice he is.
Very well then. What did you have to eat? Whatever you like, sir. I'll make it for you right now. No need, just heat something up, and that'll suffice. Surely, that won't do. I only have leftovers. Did Encia not go out to eat today? When she heard that you'd be returning tonight, she decided to stay home. I see. I'll try to get back a bit earlier tomorrow. Understood. As for tonight, it's fine. I don't mind if it's just Encia's leftovers. If you say so, sir. Now go. Sir, this is all that's left over from tonight's dinner. What a feast. You must have worked hard to make all this, Matterhorn. It's my job as your retainer. What happened to your hand? I cut it earlier when I accidentally broke a plate. Go apply some medicine to it. It'll heal sooner that way. I'll be sure to do that, sir. Are these charred-boiled short ribs? I haven't had this dish in a long time. Would you like some? I made them just how you used to love them when you were younger. Nothing's changed at all.
As soon as those words left his lips, Matterhorn felt Silver Ash's eyes sweep across him back and forth. He suddenly panics, as if Silver Ash's torch-like gaze had penetrated through to what he had hidden within himself.
That's alright. I'll just have a bowl of stew. Right away, sir.
Takes a sip.
Very delicious. Your cooking is as spectacular as ever. As long as it suits your taste, sir. You even prepared some braised beast meat, which has always been one of Encia's favorites. No wonder there isn't much left. Lady Encia waited for you a long time this afternoon. She has been very uneasy, wondering if you blamed her for what happened back then. You've always paid particular attention to Encia, but it's only natural, as she is the youngest of us. Sir, we can talk after I eat.
Inside the dining room, Silver Ash finally falls silent. Only the soft sounds of chewing echo through the room. Matterhorn feels his throat twitch several times, but cannot produce even a single word. Finally, Silver Ash sets down his cutlery and dabs the corners of his mouth with a napkin. Though his heart races, Matterhorn still lifts his head to look into Silver Ash's eyes.
How long have you been cooking this stew? About a day. A whole day. Only you have the patience to wait that long. Sir, you exaggerate. These things cannot be rushed. Do so, and you will spoil its flavor. What if you left it unattended for over the flames and it boiled over? If you simmer it carefully, it will not boil over. True, but care alone is not enough to make the stew. When the time is right, you also have to snuff out the fire. That is indeed true, sir. In other words, Matterhorn. Sir? Have you thought it over? Sir, indeed I have. Then, from now on, you no longer have to follow my orders. Do you want me to watch over Lady Encia full-time? Indeed, she needs your protection right now more than I do. I'm always ready to serve you at a moment's notice, should you need me. No, that won't be necessary. Not only must you watch over her full-time, you must do so with your full devotion. I shall respect your wishes without hesitation, but I do not understand. Sir, when did you make this decision? When did we first meet, Matterhorn? When you were still a baby. It's been that long, huh? The Yek family has served the clan for generations, and this is my duty as protector of your house. Protector. Enya and Encia both see you as family, you know. Do you still insist on calling yourself that? I wouldn't dare overstep my bounds. There's nothing to fear. I'm stating a fact, not posing a question. All sorts of problems have been pressing down on us since my return from Victoria. I can see that you've endured your share of difficulties as well. I apologize for causing you worry, but your relationship with Enya and Encia. Say no more. I feel much more at ease with you protecting the two of them. Sir, your supporter apologizes for being unable to help shoulder your burdens. Matterhorn, no matter what happens, you must protect my sisters. I will stand by their sides, even if it costs me my life. I'll hold you to that, but for now, leave me. I need to rest. Yes, sir. Matterhorn. Did you need something? No, it's just... Thank you for all these years, for being here. Master, please get some rest. You've been working too hard.
His mama power really is reaching like 9999 power level. Matterhorn is such a great caretaker. Like the fact that he was waiting all the time for Silver Ash to return home too is adorable. Father's robe. Ooh, robe. In the Snow Realm's coldest season, your mother fell from her burden beast in labor pains, where the thick snow covered her protected you both. Her groans, each higher than the last, drew the livestock close one after another, forming a circle with her inside. Those livestock were warm of fur, so thick yet fine, keeping the blizzard away and the hot breath from their mouths and noses became a wall, providing enough warmth for your mother's labor. You were born, your face so filthy, and you bawled in tears. I put out my hand and caressed your eyelids, shut so firm, my rough skin brushing the corners of your eyes red. I was born with a pair of wide, rugged hands, in which your grandfather took pride, saying I would be a man who could feed his family. But that day they caused you to cry without end. Then your mother swatted away my hand with an annoyance, and I laughed, about to pull my finger away, when your arm found its way out from your swaddle and gripped my finger tight. You see? You're only but the size of my hand, yet you made me panic like nothing else. And I stood there dumb in the snow, not moving a step. The blizzard had been screaming outside, forced its way into this delivery circle. The livestock formed. the red retreating from your skin, naked to the wind, and an ominous purple spreading over, your mother opened the floor of my robe and pressed you against my bosom. Carefully and cautiously, I wrapped it again, as if caring for my second heart, my own second heart, and your face frozen rigid by the cold was warmed by my body. And finally, you ceased to cry and simply sucked your fingers and took small, weak breaths. Then your mother climbed onto my back and called for the livestock to return home with the whistle. Their tumbling hides bounded across the snow, bounded across the gentle narrow slope down the mountain, and I was like their leader. With her riding tenderly on my back, and you so fell against my chest, though my legs shivered as they sank into the ankle-deep snow, like I was hearing the weight of all the land. That robe leader opened a hole right at his chest, which must have been from some holy hunt or other. Last year, your mother unearthed it from our wardrobe's depths, where I had all but forgotten it. Your mother chose to repair it so finely, in the end, and asked if I would still wear it. I shook my head, no, saying we would best send it to you. I'm well into my age now, and stoop more with each passing day. But you are in the prime of your youth, standing tall as the mountains, never to fear the north wind nor icy snow. All else aside, I want you to have it. I imagine you'll look just the same as I did when you wear it, no? So wear it, and come drop by. My chest may be shriveled and dry now, and my robe run through with holes, but still far enough to keep a heart safe. Letter from father. I didn't expect it to be his module to be his father's robe and the story of his birth. Yeah. Let's see how much he has. That's pretty cute though. I like that. Surprisingly wholesome for Matterhorn. Oh, she has one. So there's potential. For Pramonix. Cool. I'm curious about the others though. Like, how would be a good way to break it up into 3? Like, for Chara, she has 1. For Aurora, she has 1. Harold. Beautiful Harold. Oh, he also has 1. Man, Dagenbreaker looks so cool in that outfit. Like, she's epic. Then there's the boy. Now experimenting. Ooh. That sounds pretty good. I guess it depends on how the other ones go then. So Monday could be either 3 or 4. And then when does the next event start? Did they release the date yet? I haven't been looking at the news recently. Like, is it... Did they post it yet anywhere? Oh, for today's ones? The one who wins is Matterhorn. Oh my goodness, he's so sweet. His mother levels are off the charts. He's like Emiya. Next, the one I'd be most excited for is actually Harold. Freaking Harold. Like, Harold is so entertaining. Though Chera's also a big competitor too, just because she's funny. Hello, hello. Like, Dragon Breaker, I expect should be cool like usual. Silver Ash, it's probably gonna be him working and working and working. Oh, perfect then. That sounds like a good plan. So then tomorrow can be either 3 or 4 more. And then I think it'd be safe to make a schedule. Like a proper schedule again. Assuming that the weather doesn't troll. It should be fine though. Hopefully it's not going to be too bad of a storm on from Wednesday to Saturday. Why has it gotta be a 3-day storm again? Gosh darn it. But I guess we'll find out later. I'll go see if Grandma and Grandpa guys are still in the living room. I said hi before stream, but just in case I'd be like hi again. Say happy Easter, fam! So with that being said, thank you for stopping by the stream. I hope everyone has a great rest of the day at Epic Gacha Luck. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. I know that Dad was making some steak and shrimp, so I'm kind of excited for that. At the very least, I want to eat some shrimp. Shrimpies. Delicious. Nom nom nom. Can't go wrong with shrimps.